Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mind Body Soul Evolution. My name is Debbie and air signs. Finally, this is your reading for the month of June. So we are going into reading for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So we will get started. We're going to go into Gemini. So we're moving right in June from Gemini into Cancer. And we're also moving from the spring into the summer, marked by the summer solstice. We also, on the 9th, today is the 6th of June, on the 9th, Monday, we have Jupiter moving from Gemini into Cancer. It will station for about a year. So Gemini is about ingenuity and thoughts and future planning. Cancer is about our emotions, our intuition, family security. So Jupiter, we know, it expands everything that it touches. So it's going to be moving from thinking and planning the bigger picture into feeling into the emotions. And so this is going to be affecting everybody, but especially Gemini and especially our water signs. So Jupiter expands everything that it touches. So intuition is going to be heightened for the next year for everyone. The things that matter most to you are going to start to make their way into the surface. And old emotions that we've been stuffing down and ignoring are going to bring their way forward as well. So that's a time for healing, right? That's a time to look at what you're ready to let go of, or the emotion attached to a situation. So maybe not the situation, but maybe the emotions attached to the situation. So Gemini, let's pull your animal spirit card and see what animal spirit you are working with. And it is Moose, Wisdom. And I'll pull I will hold the card up in just a minute. You would think I could speak, right? I just finished teaching a yoga class. But now my throat chakra is acting up. And the card is blue. That's associated with the throat chakra. So, Moose. Now your keywords are accomplishments, opportunities, self-esteem, worthiness, greatness, majesty, wisdom from the elders, instinct, honor, longevity, and fearless. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. So the moose is a powerful totem. It is a unique energy with many contradictions. Awkward yet graceful, and plain yet beautiful. Moose are masters of wisdom and perception. In spite of their large size, they are swift, confident, and fearless. Moose people always have a strong presence. Their totem stands 7 feet tall with a crown of antlers, almost as wide. Their antlers are said to act as antenna to the secrets and teachings of the wise ones. You are a strong survivor. Moose lives a long life. Your lofty heights are not for the many, but for the few. With Moose as your totem, you are sure to travel the long, winding path to your destiny, wisdom, and mastery. Gemini, great card. I say that all the time, but it's always true. So let's pull out our tarot and see what the tarot holds for Gemini in the month of June as we shift from Gemini into Cancer through the portal of the summer solstice. So a lot happening. Summer is starting to get hot. It is hot here today. So things are heating up. Things are moving forward, and we're pretty clear. We have Mercury going retrograde, but not till July. So we have a pretty clear path in June to go out and have some fun. So let's see, though, what the Tarot holds for our Gemini friends. The cards do not. Okay. If they do not pop out, I will pull some. But I want to give them the opportunity to kind of present themselves, right? Okay. 4 cards face down. The root of the deck, the Devil. So what are we attached to or detaching from? 2 of Cups, the Tower. Queen of Pentacles has been coming up a lot. 8 of Cups. So 2 of Cups. So in the Tarot, Gemini is represented by the Lover's card. That's balance. That is making choices. I'm almost getting I'm getting the feeling, because you have the Tower. You have 2 major arcanas, the Tower and the Devil. The Tower is shaking things up, detaching you from the things that something or someone, for some of you, I think this is a relationship that's not going right. I mean, it feels like it's right because everything feels like it's really good in the beginning. But there's something, 8 of Cups, there's something better for you. Now, this could be any kind of relationship. We automatically jump to, oh, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my partner. This could be your relationship with your job. This could be your relationship with yourself. Because we have the Queen of Pentacles. Are you building for yourself and creating the safety factors in your life to keep you supported? But there is going to be a wake up that something, choices you're making, let's put it around choices. Choices that you are making or have been making in the past are not working for you. They're not aligned with what you say and feel that you want to create. You say, I want to create this kind of life, or I want to have this kind of relationships, again, with yourself as well as others, and your job and your home life and everything else. What you're doing is not aligned with what you truly want to create. So you're going to have some upheaval, right? You're going to have something shake things up because you have a new direction to go to. You've tethered yourself, and because it's Gemini and because you're associated with swords and thoughts, you may have tethered or tied yourself to a thought or an idea of the way that things should be. Like, don't listen to society. Society's all fucked up, right? I mean, so you have to go according to how you feel. Not these beginning little shallow feelings, but the feelings that are going to drive you and move you to your destiny for what you really want. Some of you have been playing it safe. You've been on the surface of a lot of things. You're going, this is nice, this is comfortable. I don't have to get too serious. I don't have to reveal too much of myself. I can just kind of take it easy, but that's not what you want. You want something more, or you need something more in your soul. And you know it because that's a loop in the back of your mind that you say, oh, you know, I want to have this kind of job. I want to have this kind of house. I want to have this kind of life. But you're settling for something. Maybe it feels sweet and maybe it feels good. But there's something more for you. Again, I get the feeling that some of our Gemini friends, and again, this is not for everyone, but this is also for your Gemini sun, moon, rising, and your Venus, right? So you have to check your chart and see what house that they lie in. But I think some of you are tied to an idea of how things should be. And again, society is fucked up. Don't listen to society. Listen to this. And once Jupiter moves into Cancer on Monday, this is going to start to swell up. And you're going to start to see changes almost immediately. And you're going to feel that pull, almost like the pulling of the ocean, right? And you're going to feel like this longing, like, oh, I really want to do this, then go do it. Detach from the things that are maybe keeping you safe. And safe is a good thing, but safety and security on your terms. And not being afraid to find your place in the world. You're going to have some upheaval, Geminis. Things are going to start to shake up a little bit. But it's to make you uncomfortable. And this is what life does. It makes us uncomfortable when it's time for us to shift into another phase, or to take us away from our safety zone, or to pull us away from something that's not true for us, and to guide us in the direction. Because this is the plan, to be the queen of your life, to have the kingdom you want. You have to journey into the unknown, listening to the pulling of your soul. So let's pull a Divine Oracle card, Divine Abundance Oracle card, to round this out for Geminis. I hope you have found some. I always like it if you find questions in the reading, because that then piques your curiosity. And again, this is, a general reading, so this is not going to resonate for all of the Geminis. Or the whole reading won't. But parts of the reading will resonate, right? And maybe some of you would be looking into doing your family tree or your ancestry and seeing what some of your grandparents, great-grandparents, great aunts and uncles, what kind of lives did they have? What chances did they take? And maybe that is your inspiration. Since you called upon the card of Moose Wisdom, it is blue. It associates with the throat chakra, which is maybe why my throat was getting a little hoarse in the beginning of this. Maybe it's leaning into a deeper truth for yourself, Gemini. It's a deep reading, and today is Friday. So, okay, enough. Your card is True Offering. True Offering takes what can be an unbearable cross, and returns it to love. This could be your unbearable cross. This is pushing the cross forward and returning you to love. So again, true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. So just look at that. That's so beautiful. Gemini, that is your reading for June. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Or put your questions in the comments. I'm always here to support you on your journey. And we will go into Libra. How was our Libra friends today? So Libra, let's see what comes up. I'm not feeling a whole lot of upside downness for Libras, but you never know. So Libra, what animal spirit, be nice if I could get all the cards together. What animal spirit is guiding you through this month of June as you transition from one portal to the next? Okay. Snow leopard. Self-reliance. Let me see. Okay, so there is your card, Libra. So your keywords are silence, focus, self-reliance, solitude, stealth, shaman, intuitive, integrity, independent, power, and grace. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. And look at that. It almost feels like you're right there with the snow leopard. Such beautiful artistry in these cards. And I don't know who the Jody Bergsma. Okay, so Libra, that is your card, your animal spirit, the snow leopard. And let's pull your tarot and see what that holds for you, right? Yeah. And yeah, so Libras are fiercely independent. My youngest is a Libra. She is independent. I think something fell. Yes. 9 of Wands. That was on the floor. That fell out. So we'll leave it there. We'll see if it applies to you or not. If it applies to the rest of your reading. So what does the tarot hold for our Libra friends? But this would move into the solitary aspect of the snow leopard, right? Feeling like, not that you have to do it all on your own, but like that you can. You're independent enough that you can handle it without help. And that can be a great quality. And that could also lead to burnout. So just be careful, Libras. Because you don't want to burn yourself out, right? You want to have some fun. You don't want to have to do all the work for everyone. That's exhausting. And look, let the village do their part, right? Okay. 9 of Wands, 2 cards face down, 10 of Cups, completion, 9 of Pentacles. So you have 2 9s. 6 of Swords, changing your perspective or maybe moving. Let me see. So 9 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, the Hanged One. Hanged One and 6 of Swords. So you have 2 9s, 2 10s, 1 major arcana card. So the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. Everything you've been doing for yourself is paying off in multiple ways. Because you also have the 10 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles. Your home life is, for some of you, your home life is changing. It's not just your house, your living situation, but it is the people around you, that you are surrounding yourself with people who value you and who you value and who are part of your core element. You've done a lot of work for yourself and for others. And you're getting a big payoff here, Libra. Whatever this is, for some of you, I don't necessarily get the feeling that this is unexpected money coming in, although it could be. I'm not feeling that. I get the feeling that you have been working extremely hard, because 9 of Wands. This is, again, you have all these completions. So a lot of big phases in your life are coming to a completion. Like you've finished doing the work. The bounty that you haven't even noticed, that the bounty that's been growing, it's going to land in your lap. For most of you, this is going to be a financial benefit. So whatever this financial benefit is, whether it's a raise at work, more money, if you're changing jobs, if you're starting a side hustle to bring in more money based on your talents, you've done a lot of reflecting now. In the process of working, you're reflecting the whole time and contemplating, what do you want? What direction are you taking your life into? 6 of Swords. Now, generally in the traditional Rider-Waite, there is a boat with a couple people and the swords, and they're kind of moving away into something new. But this is changing your perspective, realizing that you've done all this work, yes, and you've received the bounty and the harvest of that. But guess what? You don't have to do it on your own. You have community support around you. And you're going to, I think the contemplation or the change of perspective is, yeah, letting people in to help. You can still call the shots because you want to, but letting people in to help. Make the right, we're not here to be solitary, we're here to be community. But you've got some really wonderful gifts coming in to you, Libra, for all the hard work that you've done. Again, you're changing your perspective. This is no, you no longer have to be like the sole person on the boat, right? You were meant like for the 10 of Cups, for the 10 of Pentacles life. And this is the life that you're creating for yourself. So this might, if we take this, that this moves, because I personally believe, that's why I do these in each individual element. Like the first element, like the beginning of the air is like the first stage. And then it moves to the second stage of air, which is, you know, Libra. And then it goes to the completion, which is Aquarius. So if you go back to Gemini, where it was, you know, they were maybe playing a little safe, they were being uprooted a little bit, because they had to listen to the calling of their soul to take them to someplace new away from being the soul person. And your newness is family and community and abundance. You've done it on your own for long enough. You no longer need to do it by yourself, Libra. And I don't think you want to either. And that's the thing. I don't think you want to. I think you've realized, okay, I'm done. I'm tired. Let everybody else in now. Let the world in. So let's pull your Divine Abundance card. And let's see what this holds for you to round out your reading for June. Libra, I'm really excited for you. This is a really exciting time for Libras. So if you know a Libra, you know, just let them know, like, you don't have to do it by yourself. Get some help. Let people in. And then they'll feel like the joy and happiness, right? Allow. The card is allowing. Okay, Libra. Radical acceptance is saying yes to reality in any given moment. So what's needed can come next. So just allowing, right? Allowing helpful people to come in. Allowing the growth to happen. Allowing yourself to take a step back and just to contemplate what feels good. This doesn't feel good. This didn't feel good. You did it anyway. But this and this feels really good to you, Libra. Allow it. Allow everything to come in that you want. Allow the help to come in. Allow time to reflect on like what you have accomplished and what took you from doing all this work to this joy, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Libra, great reading for you guys. Hopefully you have found some inspiration, some guidance, some excitement. So that is your reading, Libra, and we will put these cards back in the deck, and we will go on to Aquarius. How is Aquarius? Aquarians are the alchemists in the tarot. They are represented by the Star card. So let's see what June holds for our Aquarian friends as they change and transmute energy from one thing to another. So let's see what animal spirit is guiding our Aquarians for June. And you have Hawk Messenger. I think this card came out for somebody else. So let's pull this out. Hawk Messenger. So your keywords, Aquarius, are courage, swiftness, clear sight, focus, intensity, premonition, fidelity, higher purpose, discernment, messages from Spirit. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. So evolving even higher. So let's see what the Tarot holds for our Aquarian friends. We'll go to this deck for Aquarius. So I just have 2 tarot decks here. I'm just alternating between the 2. Or whatever deck is calling me. So Aquarius is the next to the last sign in the zodiac. Pisces is the last sign. So Aquarius is sign number 11. I'm sorry, my nose itches. So let's see what the Tarot holds for our Aquarian friends here for the month of June. Hopefully you're getting out, enjoying the sunshine, having plans for your summer. Yeah, it's all exciting, right? I'll see if we can pull out one more card. And then the root of the deck for Aquarius, the Hanged Man. Libra just had that in this deck. What was the girl hanging from a silk in a yoga pose, right? And this is a gentleman on the beach, still upside down, contemplating. Taking a moment, 4 cards face down. What do we have? 6 of Wands, a celebration. Oh my gosh, the Sun. 10 of Swords, Queen of Wands, the Hanged Man. Wow, so you have 2 major arcanas, 3 minors. So, celebration, acknowledgement, recognition. So, if we go back to Gemini, right? Things had to be uprooted for them to realize that they're playing it safe and small. Now they're following their intuition because the life that they have planned for themselves and that their soul has planned, it was not playing safe. It was moving forward. And then we go into Libra, and on that solo journey, they were doing a lot of work on their own. They've built up their abundance. They've built up their community. And now they're finally seeing things from a different perspective, saying, yeah, wait a minute, I don't have to do this on my own. I can allow all these people into this abundant life I've created. And then you are like being recognized, right? Like people are celebrating you for everything that you've done. The Sun, what a great card to pull for the month of June as we go into the summer solstice. Illumination, right? Allowing yourself to be seen, allowing the work that you've been doing to be acknowledged. 10 of Swords, like you are done getting stuck in the false thoughts of your mind, or in the false, going to go back to Gemini, into the false narrative of society. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little intense here. You're done. You've listened to the narrative. It's not working for you. It was never yours. And by pulling away from what you thought had to be, you step into yourself. You become the queen of your own destiny. I love this Queen of Wands. Look at that. She's kind of like the Pied Piper, and I say this all the time. She is like leading the flock. She is leading the whole flock. So you're rising up. A lot of you are rising up into a leadership role. Why? Because you've learned the lessons from the Gemini. You have taken on the energy and the work that Libra did to set the foundation to move into your leadership role, because you took time. You tested yourself. You found a new foundation instead of just standing strongly on your feet. The next card on the bottom of the deck is the full new journey. You've decided to take things into a new perspective. Go upside down a little bit. And just because this is the reading for Aquarius, keep in mind that these are all air signs. So Gemini can move into the possibilities of Libra. Libra can move into the possibilities of Aquarius. They can all move into the same possibilities together. They can all learn the same lessons. So just because this is Aquarius, and I've broken it down to that was Libra and that was Gemini, you are all the same elements. The same elements come together. So take all of these readings for yourself. If you're an air sign, sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. This applies to all of our air signs because you see the progression. You start here and you play it safe, and then you're a little stuck, and then you think things should be a certain way, and then your own soul universe says, your inner universe says, no, I'm going to shake you up. And then in that, you follow the soul. You follow the calling into the unknown. You work very hard. You do a lot of work on your own. Then you receive this bounty. You go, oh, wait a minute. And then you are celebrated. You are rewarded. It's kind of like the whole universe opens up for you and says, yes, yes. Because this is where you're all going to. Why? Because Gemini had the dream of the Queen of Pentacles. And it was two major queens coming out today, right? There was no kings coming out in today's reading. No. It was the divine feminine rising up. Gemini had the forethought of, this is what I want. Safety, security, a comfortable home, abundance. Because you're turning into the leader. And then you're going to take these gifts and show others how to do it, how not to stay stuck, how not to stay safe, how to break away from the safety zone. And look, we all want to feel safe. There's a difference between being safe, like having a safe home and enough money in the bank like to pay your bills and to have some fun, and staying safe as in keeping yourself small and keeping yourself from moving forward. There's a complete difference between the two. Our air signs are learning that difference right now. So, Fool's next card is Fool, and I'm not going to go through the whole deck. The Nine of Pentacles is the next one. There's a lot of abundance coming in for our air signs. I'm Aquarius. I'm loving this. I love the readings anyway. I would never think that there's a bad reading, but this sun, especially as we're coming into the summer solstice, allow yourself to be illuminated. Allow your gifts to be seen. One dark card in this, but this is like, you're done with this. Society has told you, maybe society has lied to you about who you ought to be, and you're going, no, that's not it. That's not me. I am done with this. That doesn't exist. But it gave me strength to break free, to be acknowledged, to shine my light, to become the leader I was born to be. Wow. Thank you, Aquarius. Let's pull your final card, Aquarius. Let's see what the Divine Abundance Oracle deck holds for you. This is a fabulous reading, though, for all of our air signs. So, yeah. Any questions from anybody about any of this? You know, just drop a note. Reach out to me. I'm happy to help you in this journey. If you need to know what steps to take, or if there's anything blocking your progress, you know, we can do a reading for that. So let's see. All right, Aquarius, your final card. Same card, True Offering. Gemini got this card? Was it Gemini or was it Libra? Anyway, somebody just got this, right? True Offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and turns it into love. So there you go. That card came out twice. When a card comes out twice in a reading, that's where you need to lean into a little more. So Aquarius, that is your reading. My air signs, lovely month of June for you. Yeah, so take what resonates with you. And if it's not feeling like it fits your life, dismiss it. But chances are, this is a reading for the month of June. It does not mean that that's the end of it. It's quite possible for that some of this information or some of these things will start to come in even past June. So just keep that in mind. You go, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that was for June, but now I'm starting to see it happen. And it could be July, August, September, right? You never know. But this is your guidance. Great job for our air signs. Great job to everyone. I hope you have found some clarity, some comfort, and some strength as you move through these energies. So until next time, I'm sending light and love from my soul to yours. Take care, everyone. Have a fabulous weekend.